Literary terms refer to the technique, style, and form used by writers and speakers. Hi, hello, I am here with most important topic of English literature, and that is most important MCQs of literary terms in English literature. In every exam, we would get definitely 3 to 4 marks regarding literary terms. I have already uploaded first 50 MCQs, and this is part 2 from 50 to 100 MCQs. Here we are going to start from 51. Which literary term involves a direct address to something non-human or absent? Answer B. Apostrophe. Apostrophe addresses an absent person or abstract idea directly. 52nd question. The classroom was a zoo is an example of. Answer C. Metaphor. It's a metaphor comparing two unliking things without using like or as. 53rd. Which word below most closely relates to moral instruction? Answer C. Fable. Fables are short tales that convey a moral lesson. 54th. A phrase such as Peter Piper picked a peck illustrates. Answer A. Alliteration. Alliteration repeats initial consonant sounds. 55th. The denouement of a story generally. Answer C. Resolves the plot. The denouement is the final resolution or wrap up of the narrative. 56th. The fire swallowed the house is an example of. B. Personification. Personification gives human qualities to non-human things. 57th. The main purpose of hyperbole is to. Answer C. Emphasize, to point to exaggeration. Hyperbole exaggerates for effect or emphasis. 58th. Which of these contains consonants? Shine, mine, strong, string, mic, bike, stroke, luck. All of the above are examples of consonants. 59th. She sells seashells by the seashore demonstrates. C. Alliteration. Repetition of the S sound is alliteration. 60th question. O death, where is thy sting? Is an example of. A. Apostrophe. It addresses death as if it were a person. 61. Which best defines euphony? Answer C. Pleasant flowering sound. Euphony is the use of harmonious sounds. 62nd. A ballad typically uses which of the following? Answer B. Narrative and repeated refrains. Ballads often tell stories with repetition. 63rd. Analogy is a device used for. Answer A. Comparing two similar situations. Analogies explain something unfamiliar using something familiar. Here is the example. You have to be as busy as a bee to get net. 64th. The phrase, he is a walking encyclopedia, is an example of. D. Metaphor. It's a metaphor comparing a person to an encyclopedia. 65. A conceit differs from a regular metaphor because it is. Answer C. Extended and complex. Conceits are elaborate extended metaphors. 66th. He is no Einstein is an example of. Answer A. Allusion. It alludes to Einstein to imply someone isn't intelligent. 67th. A foil character. Answer B. Reflects the main character's traits. A foil highlights qualities in the protagonist through contrast. 68th. What does climax indicate in a story? Answer C. Where tension is highest. The climax is the peak of conflict or drama. 69th. The phrase deafening silence is an example of. C. Paradox. A paradox combines contradictory ideas. 70. Imagery enhances writing by. Answer C. Appealing to senses. Imagery engages readers through sensory language. 71. Diction in literature refers to. Answer B. Word choice and language style. Diction reflects the author's tone and style. 72. The epitaph is usually found. Answer B. On gravestones. Epitaphs are short texts honoring the deceased. Foreshadowing helps the reader. Answer B. Predict upcoming events. Foreshadowing hints at events to come. 74. A catalog in poetry involves. Answer B. A list of items, people, or events. Cataloging lists images for poetic effect. 75. A short, witty poem often ending with a twist is. Answer B. Epigram. Epigrams are clever and often surprising. 76th. The term ambiguity in literature refers to. Answer B. Multiple possible interpretations. Ambiguity occurs when meaning is unclear or open to interpretation. 77. A phrase like life is like a box of chocolates is best classified as. Answer B. Analogy. It's an analogy comparing two different things to explain a concept. 78th question. Which of the following is most associated with tone? Answer B. Diction. Diction influences tone through word choices. 79th question. The repetition of vowel sounds in nearby words is called. Answer B. Assonance. Assonance involves repeated vowel sounds for effect. 80th question. Which literary device uses implied or symbolic meanings to convey a message? Answer C. Allegory. Allegories often convey political, religious, or moral messages through symbolism. 81. A story that features animals as characters teaching a moral is best described as a. Answer. Fable. Fables use animal characters to deliver moral lessons. 82nd question. The following action follows which part of the plot? Answer B. Climax. Following action comes right after the climax, leading to the story's resolution. 83rd. What is the main purpose of connotation in writing? Answer C. Suggest additional emotional meaning. Connotation is the emotional or cultural meaning beyond a word's literal definition. 84th. To be or not to be is a famous. Answer C. Soliloquy. A soliloquy is a character's internal speech expressed aloud. 85th. A brief quotation placed at the beginning of a text is. Answer B. Epigraph. An epigraph sets the tone or context of the work. 86th. Diction most directly affects a writer's. Answer C. Tone. Word choice shapes the tone of a piece. 87th. A literary epitaph is most likely to. Answer C. Memorize someone. Epitaphs honor the dead, often in brief form on tombstones. An epigram can best be described as. Answer C. A witty, memorable saying. Epigrams are clever, brief statements. 89. Which of these poetic devices is most related to sound? Answer B. Euphony. Euphony uses pleasant sound combinations. 90. He is buried in his books is an example of. Answer C. Hyperbole. It's an exaggerated way to say he reads a lot. 91. Which of the following helps create imagery in literature? Answer B. Vivid sensory language. Imagery evokes visual, auditory, or other sensory responses. 92nd. In which part of a story is the exposition typically found? Answer C. At the beginning. Exposition introduces characters, setting, and background. 93. What is an example of assonance? Answer B. Light the night with fire. Repeating of vowel sounds I and I is assonance. 94. War is peace, freedom is slavery is an example of. Answer B. Paradox. These are contradictory ideas that form a paradox. 95. Which of the following would most likely contain foreshadowing? Answer B. A prophecy or warning early in the story. Hints or clues about future events are forms of foreshadowing. 96. Which literary device names a character who is contrast to another? Answer B. Foil. A foil character contrasts with the main character to highlight traits. 97. A catalogue is most often used in. Answer C. Poetry lists and repetitions. Catalogue involves listening details common in poetry. 98th. Which term refers to a deliberate exaggeration for emphasis? Answer C. Hyperbole. Hyperbole is overstatement used for effect. 99. A narrative that has a surface and symbolic meaning is called. Answer A. Allegory. Allegories carry multiple layers of meaning. 100th question. Which best defines climax in a literary structure? Answer C. The highest point of tension. Climax is the peak moment of action or emotion. And that's it from here. Thank you for staying with us, as we will meet again with another most important topic of English literature very soon. Stay connected with channel.